Picture the dusty roads of ancient Galilee where Jesus' transformative ministry took place. He healed the sick, comforted the brokenhearted, and challenged societal norms. His path was one of love, grace, and unwavering commitment to God's will. As modern-day followers, we embark on a similar journey, not just in our actions, but also in our minds and souls. Consider the words from Philippians: "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." When anxiety weighs heavy, the teachings of Jesus guide us to surrender our worries to God. Prayer becomes our lifeline and gratitude our compass. We discover a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that guards our hearts and minds. Moving on to 1 Peter, we find the verse, "Casting all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." Jesus invites us to unload our burdens at his feet. Acknowledging our struggles and seeking his care is not a sign of weakness, it is wisdom. Our mental health finds solace in his compassionate embrace. Then, in Matthew, Jesus says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Amid the chaos of life, Jesus extends a gentle invitation: rest. His yoke brings ease and comfort, a balm for our weary hearts. In Romans, we're encouraged to renew our minds. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. Our minds are battlegrounds. Jesus beckons us to unlearn harmful patterns and embrace God's truth. As our minds renew, we align with his perfect will. Scene script. John tells us, "We have come to know and have believed the love which God has for us." God is love, and the one who abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. God's love heals. As we walk in Jesus' footsteps, we extend love to ourselves and others. Compassion becomes our language, and forgiveness our rhythm. In this dance of love, mental health blossoms. Finally, in Luke, we see Jesus' compassion extending to those who suffer. Jesus restores life to the widow's son. Luke says that Jesus sees the vulnerable, marginalized widow, and the Lord feels compassion for her. In our mental health journey, we too can be vessels of restoration. We see the hurting, acknowledge their pain, and offer hope. To summarize, we've learned that faith, particularly the teachings of Jesus, can guide us on a path of mental wellness. By surrendering our anxieties, casting our burdens, finding rest, renewing our minds, embracing God's love, and extending compassion, we nurture both our faith and mental health. It's a journey of resilience, healing, and hope, and it begins with a single step in faith.